Alrighty, hosses, welcome back. And yes, I know my voice sounds goofy still. I'm still sick. I actually waited a couple days because I was like, you know what? My voice sounded weird in that video. Let me wait the next day. Oh, still sick. Alright, let me just wait one more day. Oh, my voice still sounds awful because I'm sick. So, yeah, here I am. And I don't really want to go to the doctor because I'm not like dying or anything. So I can't really justify getting medicine and shoot a bunch of crap up into my body just because I have a little cough, but So there is 30 seconds wasted about me talking about nothing Python related. Let's go ahead and get on with Python now. So in this video, let's go ahead and make a new Python file. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to name it domain. And this is going to be a real quick video. We're going to write two quick functions, and we're going to make the functions responsible for extracting this domain name, thenewboston.com. So the reason that we do this, like I said, is because whenever we're crawling some website and we come across a bunch of links, most of them we're going to want to crawl. But then whenever we come to links like this, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, well, if we add those to the waiting list, then our spider tries to crawl those. And of course, we want to say, hey, only stick to links that are from this domain. Don't try to crawl the entire internet. So what we need to do is whenever we paste in the URL, we also need to extract the domain. It's actually pretty cool. So from URL lib.parse, import URL parse. If I can, URL parse. So again, Python already includes this cool little module for parsing URLs. How awesome is that? So let me explain what I'm going to do first. So this is the only part we care about. This is called the network location. This is the protocol, HTTP. These are just the files and directories over here. This is the domain name, the only part we care about. Now, the thing about this is not all domain names are the same. It's just not some word and then .com or .edu. Some have www, some have like mobile, some have like mail.gov.ny, .lottery.thenewboston.com, whatever. So the thing is that these domain names are a little bit weird. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to get this entire network location. So it doesn't matter if it is broken up into 1, 5, or my God, I feel like shooting myself in the freaking face right now. All right, so it doesn't matter how many chunks it's broken up into. We're just going to get the last two, such as com.thenewboston, and you guys are going to see. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to make a function called get subdomain name, and this can be something like name.example.com. So usually it might just be like thenewboston.com, but if it has more than one in it, let me write something like mail dot. Now keep that like this. So again, pretty much your entire network location, no matter how many pieces there are. So I'll say diff get subdomain name, and we're just going to pass it in a URL. And how do we do this? Well, the first thing, like I said, we want to put it in a try except statement. Anytime we're working with networking or, connecting to a server or anything like that, we always want to put it in a try catch. So we're just going to return URL parse, which means we're going to throw in the URL right here. It's going to parse through it. Again, this is built-in Python functionality, and we're just going to return the network location. So that's all we do. How easy is that? Now, except we're just going to return blank because we have to return something. The calling function is going to expect a return value, so we just can't write pass here, so we have to return that right there. All right, so like I said, this is going to return the entire subdomain, but we only want these last two. So what we can do is we can essentially call this function, break it up, and say, okay, return the last one and the second to last one. And then this is what we're going to use in our program. So that little chunk of it. So I'll say this get domain name. And this is just going to be our last one. So example.com. Can't type today, can't type any day. Def get domain name. And of course, we're just going to throw in the URL right here. and make it a little try except. So try, the results of this is get subdomain name, throw in the URL. So whenever we call this function, it's going to call this function, and it's essentially going to return something like this. But what we need to do now is we need to actually go ahead and split this up into pieces. So we're going to make a list out of this item, and this item. Now once we have that list, we can just return the last two elements, and that's going to give us our raw domain name. So in order to split it up that way, you just write split dot right here. So whatever you type in here is the character that it's going to chunk it up by. And now results is a list of 3 elements. Name example.com. If your subdomain has 4 in it, then you know, same thing, whatever. So what do we want to return? We just want to return results minus 2. So the second to last item plus a period plus results minus 1. So actually I can test this right now. Why am I getting an error right here? Oh, because I'm an idiot. So accept return, and let me just throw in any URL like this. Alright, so I'll say print get domain name, and I'll just pop that right in right there. And now hopefully I ran this right. Alright, so now you can see it returns thenewboston.com. Now if you guys know how that worked, then you can go on the next video, but for those of you who don't, let me talk you guys through it one last time. What we did is we passed in this entire thing right in here, and then the first thing it did is it called get subdomain name. So it got all of this right here, but it didn't matter if it was, check this out, mobile.email.thenewboston.com. It would get all of this, and then it would get the second to the last, which was this one, and the last one, which was this one, and that's what it returned. And of course you have to put a dot in the middle, and that's why it had the dot in the middle right there. So now every single URL we test, we're going to make sure that it has thenewboston.com in it. If it does, we are good to go. So delete this line of code. And yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next video where my voice is going to sound probably even worse.